get into it.
Okay, so let's start with your background a little bit, Logan. So take us back to that moment in high school when you felt called to ministry. Like, what were you seeking at that time?
Yeah, well, I think a big part of that had to do with just my upbringing, right? So, like, I was born into Christianity. I was Catholic at first, and then when I was 11, my family left the Catholic Church and became evangelical. And I think when I became evangelical, that was the first time that I really started getting into the Bible because growing up as a Catholic, I didn't read the Bible that much. It
Hmm.
was more of going to Mass and going through the sacraments and praying, but there wasn't a lot of the Bible. But now that I'm in this now that I was stepping into this evangelical world at the time, everything was about the Bible. And the Bible was now being considered to be almost like on this equal level as God, being the Word of God. And it was like the ultimate authority. And so I think during that time, studying the Bible and then just falling in love with everything that comes with the evangelical world at the time is what led me to decide 4 years later, 5 years later, that, okay, this is something that I want to do for the rest of my life. I want to be a pastor. I want to be an evangelist. I want to spread the gospel. And I felt called to do that. And so that's why I decided to, right out of high school, when I went to a Christian high school where I was studying the Bible even more when I'd go to school. But as soon as I graduated, I took a year to just go into ministry full time to really decide what my career was going to look like in ministry,
Hmm.
which was helpful. A lot of praying and fasting happened during that time. And then it was clear that I was supposed to go to college. And so I went to Oral Roberts University. And that's where I earned my bachelor's degree. And that's when everything kind of took off from there. And I worked for a church. I was training to be a pastor. Uh, but it was actually when I was at ORU, uh, that was when things started to shift a little bit, and I started to question a lot of the things that I grew up believing.